Greetings everyone, and welcome to week 8 of Batt's Picks, the show where I use my lack of a social life to review every Go game that was played in the previous week, and bring the more interesting ones to your attention. And let me tell you, sometimes that's easier than others. Some weeks, we have just a complete lack of any interesting games to go over, and I struggle to find even 3 to bring to your attention. Other times, we have weeks like today, where everyone seems to have played. We have Choi Cheolhan, we have Sedol, we've got Gu Lee, just almost everyone you can imagine from every single country. So what do you do? Which of these 2 roads do you go down? Do you just bring everyone to your attention, or do you maintain the standards, just pick out 3 or 4 that follows our normal format? Tough questions, until you remember, when choosing one road or the other, you must always never forget the sidewalk is also an option. Right? I mean, people always forget about that 3rd option, but really, what's gonna happen? Is a cop gonna pull you over? Absolutely not. I mean, think about it. Now he's driving on the sidewalk too, so you should make yourself a citizen's arrest. Take him on in, because we don't need crazy people like that on our streets. So I will be bringing a few games to your attention today, but I will also going to be listing some of our runners up down in the description, so you can check out all of those games if you so wish. So over the past few weeks, I've been getting into rather special games, either really fighty games, really crazy games, that sort of thing. But a game between these 2 players is not going to fall into that category. This is a nice, balanced game. If you're just looking to improve your Go, chances are whatever's wrong with you or whatever you need reinforced, you're probably going to be able to find in this game. And if you can't, chances are you don't really know what's wrong with your game anyway. So I would recommend going and looking at this game still. That way you maybe can have a chance to find out whatever that is. So yes, if you like a nice, balanced game, it's probably just going to help your Go in a sort of all-around general sense. Probably want to check out this game. It was very good. And following that theme, we launch immediately into game number 2, where we do kind of have, your balanced, average game that starts off. However, if you are looking for a little bit of spice for your games, it does start balanced, but it does go into a bit more of an aggressive game. So if you're liking a nice even opening that goes into something that is clearly not, then this game of Choi Cheolhan's here is probably the game that you are looking for. As you can see on the board right now, it would appear that everyone has a little bit of territory. It would appear that a little bit of a weak group on the board. However, that's balanced by the fact that White seems to have more territory. So he seems to have more territory. He does have the weak group. How is Black going to use all of this to advantage to try and keep the game even and make this a bit of an also interesting fighting game? These questions and more are answered in this game. So if you're looking for a nice balance with some aggression, check out this game. Can't go wrong. But maybe this week you aren't looking for balance. Maybe this week you're only looking for aggression. Maybe you've had a really bad week, or maybe just an uneventful week, and you just want to see 2 players go at it and fight each other until one of them's dead. Well, as you can see here, a game between Sedol and Choi Cheolhan, 2 very aggressive Korean players, is probably the game that you are looking for. We can see on the board that it seems pretty uneventful. Both players seem to have a group that's kind of running up through the middle. And where is that going to go? There's still plenty of room for development on both the top and sides of the board. So how are they going to use that open space and those weak groups to try and develop that area? Who's going to break off and try to invade those areas? How are you going to use those newly created weak groups to keep everything unstable and looking for life? All those questions and more you can definitely find in here if you're the type of player who is looking for nice, solid aggression throughout the entire game. This game, definitely for you. And that wraps up Batt's picks for this week. As I mentioned, you can find the links to all of the games that I used this week down in the description like always, as well as a few of the games that I thought were interesting but didn't quite make the picks. You can find those runners-up down below as well. As always, thank you for watching. Remember to either like or subscribe if you enjoy this series. I will have another one as usual next week at the same time. And until then, as always, I hope you keep enjoying Go, you keep studying Go, keep playing Go. That is the one that is super, super important. Remember to play at least one game if you are looking to actually try to improve yourself. And I will see how that's coming along with you next week, where I bring you another Batt's Picks. Thanks everyone for stopping by.